I can get a note from Summit Point saying that I'm there on my own behalf to make myself better mentally. I just want to be a father, and lately I haven't been able to in the past couple months because
the 37th Circuit Court is now in session with the Honorable Brian K. Kirkham presiding, calling case 2024-2979 DM David Carney versus Shauna Carney. Today is Monday, December 2nd, 2024 at 10:02 a.m.
Good morning to everyone. Court will note the appearance of Ms. Moss on behalf of the defendant. This matter is before the court on the defendant's motion for temporary custody, parenting time, and support. Ms. Moss.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. We are asking for sole physical and legal custody to be with my client. She's had the established custodial environment since the parties separated in March, and she was the primary caregiver even before that separation. In the beginning of August, plaintiff committed is charged with assault with a dangerous weapon and domestic violence against my client. And associated with that criminal case, there is a PA 53. Also, at the beginning of August, he threatened to take my client and her two children, ages 7 and 3, to their mobile home and burn it down. I must note that he has previous convictions for arson, so this felt like a very credible threat. There's a history of domestic violence and abuse between the parties. Between that and the established EC with my client, we feel that sole legal and sole physical custody to my client's appropriate. However, my client is very willing to facilitate parenting time as long as it is supervised. She proposes plaintiff's mother, Stephanie Smith, be the supervisor. She proposes Saturdays, noon to 6, when she believes both the supervisor and plaintiff are available. We're also requesting that transportation be handled by a third party, given how volatile things are between the parties, and that plaintiff be responsible for arranging that transportation. We're also asking for child support to be calculated by the guidelines, and we are willing to use what plaintiff said in his response to our motion of $23 an hour and 45 hours a week for his income.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Carney, what's your response?
Your Honor, I am not a danger to my kids or Shauna. I just had my children the whole entire weekend, Saturday through this morning. That was perfectly fine and acceptable. We communicate through third party. I did not leave the trailer until I want to say the end of June, but while she was at work, I was watching the kids. I went and got an over-the-road job, and I quit it the same day because I didn't want to have my children put in daycare until she got out of work. And then when I got that job, she took the kids away from me, and I have not threatened my kids or her in that regard. But when I got that job, she took the kids from me. I tried to pick them up from school one day, and she called the police on me. CPS got involved for a welfare check. And so lately I haven't been able to see my kids like that, only when she's in a good mood or when it's convenient for her. I've only been willing to, when she goes to work, I'll have third party transportation pick up the children. So we have a babysitter because we don't need that expense. Because I'm fully capable of being their father. As part as the case goes, I've replaced her window that I broke on the vehicle, and that I've put myself in Summit Point. I see a counselor. I'm on medication. I'm not suicidal, and I've got notes I can get a note from Summit Point saying that I'm there on my own behalf to make myself better mentally. I just want to be a father, and lately I haven't been able to in the past couple months because the PA 53, and then she's threatened my bond as well if I don't return the kids. If I pick them up from school and I don't return them on her time, then she'll threaten to call, interrupt my bond and put me in jail. So it's gotten to the point where we need someone to step in, but full legal and sole custody, that shouldn't happen.
Okay, Ms. Moss, is it correct that he had the children this last weekend himself?
It was supervised by his girlfriend, and my client communicated with his girlfriend to guarantee that the girlfriend would be there supervising and would not leave the children alone with him.
Ma'am, sorry for interrupting. There was no communication in that regard. It was just, hey, David can see the kids this weekend, have them back by 7 a.m. Monday.
Okay. Well, what the court's going to do in this matter does appear that, again, that the established custodial environment since the separation, notwithstanding the contact that the plaintiff has been with the defendant, so the court will, on a temporary basis, grant to her the legal and physical custody of the children, provide for standard parenting time to the plaintiff in this case, and the court would order that the parenting time would again be exercised in the presence of either the girlfriend or the paternal grandmother during those particular times. Support would be set pursuant to the guidelines, as Ms. Moss has already stated in this matter. Ms. Moss, is your client working so she has income?
She's working, but she's only working, she gets $10 an hour and 25 hours a week.
Court would impute to her at least that at 40 hours per week for purposes of calculation. And the court would order that the plaintiff would have a third party transport the children for parenting time. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to add, so it has not been since I have left the house in June. Up until I want to say September is when I got the job. She'd go to work. Every time she goes to work, I have the kids overnight. And that was till the beginning of September.
Okay.
So it wasn't, she's established that. It
Okay.
was she was withholding the kids from me in using the PA 53 against me. So
Court notes that you had that in your answer, so I did.
Yeah.
I was aware of that, but
okay, I just
on a
wanted to,
temporary basis, this is what we're going to do. And being that you had the children this last weekend, your alternating weekends would happen 2 weeks or a week from this next Friday.
so I get them twice a month.
You get them alternating weekends, and then midweek, if the parties can't agree on a day, then it would be a Wednesday from 4 to 8.
I can't with my schedule. That's
You can't
can
do
I,
it.
Your Honor, can I just do something temporary or actually full? Can I give her full legal and physical custody?
She's
and-
already got that. I've
Yeah,
already
yeah,
ruled.
yeah. But I want to give my rights to her as like I don't want any rights.
Well, you'll have to deal something with that, but that's up to you. And then
Do you know how I would establish that?
I'm not going to give you legal advice. There's ways that you can go about that, but you'll have to do that. You might want to contact Miss Moss and make arrangements with her.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Okay, you can call her and make arrangements. Miss Moss, you can prepare the order, submit under 7 day.
Your Honor, can I just clarify? I want to make sure I understood that we're imputing 40 hours per week at $10 per hour?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.